Hi, I've had a really good couple of days, and today at the park was no exception. Yesterday I had such a great day. It was the feelings. I'm just feeling so good about things, recapturing my feelings, the feelings that I exiled, they weren't authorized, and now I've welcomed them back. I don't want to get all into that, but today I was walking when I got to the lake part of the park. I saw this bird, or it looked like several birds, but I think it was just one bird, and it looked like it was drowning. Like I'm like, that's is that like a heron or something? Like it swooped down to get a fish and then got stuck in there because I know they don't have like really webbed feet like ducks or geese. And and I walked all the way around the lake, and I didn't really see it again. And then later, when went around the lake again, I was thinking, oh, maybe that's because there were these ducklings. Oh, maybe that it's just ducklings learning to fly, and they're doing from the lake. Oh, isn't that cute? The adult ducks, the parent ducks are watching. But no, it turned out it was one of the adult ducks, and it came out of the lake, and it was all charging around, and I thought, oh, look at that, it's all proud, it's walking around. It's so funny that how you project the story onto this stuff. But then so I was thinking maybe it was trying to teach the ducklings, but no, I saw finally at last it was a fishing line hanging from its body, and it didn't like it. So that wasn't pride, it was annoyance. So, and it was long. Sometimes if it's like 2 feet long, there's nothing you can do because you can't ever grab it because they're too fast for you. But this was long. It was like at least 15 feet long. So I swooped up and I stepped on it, and the duck stopped, and it didn't like that. But then I grabbed it and I kind of went right, you know, wrapped the line around my hand, which hurt, but I did it because I wanted to see if I could release the line. But it looked like I couldn't do it without a cutting tool, and nobody was around. I didn't see anybody around, and I didn't want to make things worse, so I just let go. And after I let it go, there was this fisherman coming up, walking up, and I guess he was holding a tool, so he could have cut it, but I didn't know. So I said, well, I go around again, and we'll see if I can get it. So the next revolution, I go around, and now it's in the lake. Now I can't get it, but oddly enough, it's like 1 yard from the edge of the lake, and these two men, they were seeing the same thing, fishing line stuck on it, and they were kind of reaching out. And the thing of it is that duck wasn't like running away. Normally, even if it's like a yard away, a waterfowl will usually, if you walk right up to it, it'll scurry off. I think that duck really did want us to help, but it was too afraid to like just come up and just submit. I think what it really wanted was to be subdued, but we couldn't reach for it. So I went around the lake again, and when I came back around, it was out of the lake. This time I stepped on it. I stepped on the line, grabbed it, and that fisherman who was coming to help before, I couldn't see him. I didn't know where he was. So I'm like, uh-oh. But I had actually asked another fisherman, hey, could you help me? Because I saw the line. I said, hey, could you help me cut this thing off this duck? So I did. I wound up the line as I was walking up towards it, and I held it down. And the fisherman was suggesting that I lift it over, on its back. So I did that. And it was clear that the line was going around its elbow, of its wing. And there was a big cut. It was bright red, blood oozing out. And that must have been horrible for that duck. But anyway, I was able to hold the line up so he could stick his knife under there and cut it. And then there was another place where the line was, I think the original piece was attached to it, the rest of his wing. It might have been a hook in there, but I wasn't going to go digging around in his wing. I didn't want to break his wing. But he cut the rest of that there. So I got the line up, I let it go. The duck was happy to be released. And I continued on with my walk, threw away the line. And as I went around the lake again, and I didn't know which duck it was. It was a very unusual one of these kind of ugly ducks, kind of ugly duckling, but not a classic mallard or a white duck. It was more like kind of like a brown. And I think the males and females are the same color. But anyway, I came up just parallel as I was walking to this one duck, and it opened up its wings and started flapping like this. And that could have been a total coincidence, or maybe a hey, thanks for the assist. But anyway, I'm glad I was able to get it. Immediately after I let go and I threw the line away, I just went straight to the bathroom and washed from my hands all the way up to my elbows, because those things are diseased. So anyway, it was an interesting day. Great days at the lake. Great days. And so I will talk to you later.